Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt like your mind was still somewhere in dreamland? Like a part of you didn't quite make it back from sleep? You're not the only one. Countless older adults experience that frustrating mental fog, those moments when a name escapes you, the keys disappear, or your thoughts feel just a little out of reach. But what if I told you that those last 30 minutes before bed, just half an hour, could be the secret to waking up with a sharper, more focused mind? Tonight, we're taking a gentle look at a calming evening ritual that can support your brain and help you rise with clarity and calm. And to guide us, I'm delighted to introduce a truly inspiring guest, Dr. Harold Yamamoto, a wise physician from Japan who, even past his 100th birthday, continues to practice medicine and pass along a lifetime of insight. His own life stands as a reminder that a peaceful, well-cared-for mind can carry us through our later years with dignity and strength. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from tonight? Feel free to drop a comment below. It's always heartwarming to hear from you. And if this message brings you comfort, don't forget to give the video a like, share it with someone who could use a little bedtime peace, and subscribe for more thoughtful tips made just for you. Let's begin. Many people think that when we drift off to sleep, the brain gets to relax too, as if it powers down like a factory closing for the night. But the reality is quite the opposite. The moment you fall asleep, your brain kicks into high gear. It starts sorting through the noise of the day, every conversation, every memory, every little worry. Picture it like an old and treasured library after dark. Inside, a devoted librarian stays behind, quietly working. She turns on a gentle light, rolls up her sleeves, and begins filing books, repairing worn pages, and dusting every shelf so that by sunrise, the library is clean and welcoming once more. But imagine what would happen if that librarian didn't have what she needed: no light, no tools, no warmth. Left alone in a cold, dim room, she'd do her best but barely keep up. That's exactly how your brain responds when you don't prepare it properly before sleep. Without the right signals like calming nutrients, comfort, and a sense of safety, it switches from restoration to survival. It rushes through its work, skipping the deep tasks that keep your memory sharp and your mind resilient. And the results? You wake up feeling like you barely slept. That heavy-headed sluggishness, forgetting where you place things, struggling to recall names you've known for years. It's no wonder mornings can feel so discouraging. All of this, simply because your brain didn't get the support it needed the night before. Dr. Harold Yamamoto, a revered physician from Japan who continues to share his deep wisdom well beyond his 100th year, often reminds us that the stress response, what we call the fight-or-flight mode, can quietly get activated even at bedtime. It's the same internal alarm that quickens your heartbeat in moments of danger. But here's the thing, your brain can flip that switch simply because it senses a lack of fuel. And when it does, your body releases cortisol, a hormone meant to help you respond in emergencies. However, too much cortisol at the wrong time, especially before bed, can disrupt your sleep and prevent your mind from resetting the way it's meant to. Studies have shown that many older adults who skip an intentional wind down at night often wake up with elevated cortisol levels, resulting in sleep that's shallow and unrefreshing. And yet, this step is so easy to miss in the rush of modern life. Maybe you skip dinner thinking it'll help with weight control, or perhaps you stay up a little too long watching television and fall asleep on the couch, assuming your body knows what to do. But especially for those of us in our 60s and beyond, these habits can rob our brains of the peace they need to recover. After 60, your metabolism becomes more reactive. It notices small disruptions more than it used to. That same skipped meal that didn't faze you in your 30s, now it could leave your brain working overtime just to get through the night. But what if, instead of depriving it, you gave your brain a gentle signal before bed? Something small and soothing that says, "You're safe, you're taken care of, it's time to rest." That's the kind of message your brain needs. Not just for peace of mind, but for long-term clarity, balance, and resilience. So tonight, as you begin to unwind, take a moment to imagine that nighttime librarian again. Has she been given everything she needs to do her job? A quiet room, soft lighting, the right tools? Because if you provide that sense of support, she'll be ready to greet the new day with renewed energy, and so will you. Here's something many people never realize. Your brain can be hungry, even when your belly isn't. It's a phenomenon known as brain hunger, and it's one of the sneakiest reasons our memory begins to feel dull as we age. Think about what your brain does each night. It's not just resting. It's working hard, organizing thoughts, sorting memories, and preparing you to meet tomorrow's challenges. But that process requires fuel. Simple nutrients like glucose and amino acids help it do the deeper work of restoration. When your brain doesn't get what it needs, it goes into protection mode. It pulls back from its full function, conserving energy instead of forming new memories or repairing damaged cells. You might think, But I'm never hungry at night, why would that matter? The truth is, after a certain age, your body enters catabolism state where it starts breaking down tissue to find energy more quickly than it used to. That includes your brain. Dr. Yamamoto once shared the story of one of his longtime patients, Mr. Thompson, a retired high school principal known for his discipline and structure. He followed every piece of health advice to the letter, including one that told him to stop eating after 6 p.m. It seemed harmless. He thought it would help keep his weight in check. But soon, Mr. Thompson found himself forgetting names. Simple things, like the name of the neighbor's dog, the face of the mailman, or where he placed his glasses. It wasn't anything serious like dementia, but it was just enough to trouble his wife. When Dr. Yamamoto heard his story, he gently explained that Mr. Thompson's brain was running on empty, and just like that wise old librarian, it couldn't do its job without the proper tools. At the time, Mr. Thompson had thought, it's a small price to pay to stay trim. But then little things started slipping. He couldn't remember the neighbor's dog's name. The face of the mailman became unfamiliar, and his keys seemed to vanish more often than not. It wasn't serious memory loss, but it was enough for his wife to grow concerned. When Dr. Harold Yamamoto heard his story, he listened with care and gently offered his insight. Your brain doesn't have the fuel it needs. He recommended something simple, perhaps a cup of warm broth, a slice of whole grain toast, or any light, nourishing snack before bed. Within a few short weeks, things began to shift. Mr. Thompson felt more awake in the mornings, his memory sharpened, and those nagging, forgetful moments faded into the background. All from one small change. Now let me ask you, how often have you skipped dinner or gone to bed with just a glass of water, thinking it might help with your weight or sleep? But what happened the next morning? Did you wake up refreshed and focused? Or did you find yourself wandering from room to room, wondering why you even walked in? Modern research shows that in order for your brain to rest deeply and create lasting memories, it needs a steady source of energy, especially glucose. It also depends on lower cortisol levels and a balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which help the body relax and recover. Ignoring hunger signals or foregoing a small evening snack can deprive your brain of the very nutrients that support this process. But this isn't about eating a big meal right before bed. It's about sending your brain a clear, gentle message. You're safe now. You can let go. That one act of self-kindness can be the difference between tossing and turning all night or waking with clarity and energy. So before you settle in tonight, ask yourself, did I feed my brain today? A well-fed mind doesn't just rest, it repairs. And that's what gives you the strength to greet each new day with focus, ease, and the dignity you've earned. Now, let's explore something that might seem small but can have a big impact. Choosing the right kind of snack before sleep. You might be thinking, I've never needed a snack at bedtime, why start now? But here's what many don't realize after 60. Your nighttime nutrition plays a bigger role in how you wake up than you might expect. Think of your brain as that faithful librarian again, staying up late to organize, restore, and prepare. But she can't do her best work without just a little support. A warm, simple bite is like turning on the lamp and laying out the tool, something comforting that says, you're taken care of. Here's the golden rule when it comes to bedtime snacks. Keep them light, warm, and gentle on the stomach. Heavy meals can tax your digestion, while cold or overly processed foods may jolt your system or confuse your body's rhythms. Instead, your evening bite should feel like a soft, warm hug for both your belly and your mind. Dr. Harold Yamamoto, our ever-wise centenarian from Japan, has long shared simple but powerful advice with his patients, especially when it comes to calming the mind before bed. He often recommends a few gentle, American-friendly snack options that provide just the right nourishment without overwhelming the body. Start with something as simple as a small bowl of warm tofu soup. Not into tofu? A mild chicken broth with a handful of steamed greens like spinach or kale works beautifully. These ingredients are easy to digest, soothing, and provide just enough protein and amino acids to help your brain do its nighttime repair work. Another excellent option is a soft-boiled egg alongside one slice of whole grain toast. It's light yet satisfying, gentle on the digestive system, and helps your body feel supported as you wind down. Or maybe you're in the mood for a little white fish like tilapia or cod steamed with a touch of ginger or lemon. It's nourishing without being heavy, and ginger has a calming effect on your stomach, making it easier for your body to shift into sleep mode. But just as important as what you should eat before bed is knowing what to avoid. Sugary snacks, cold treats like ice cream or soda, and heavily processed items packed with preservatives may feel comforting in the moment, but they can disturb your rest. Sweets cause blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, which may leave your brain feeling jittery and restless. Cold or processed foods, meanwhile, can slow digestion and confuse your body into thinking it needs to stay awake. Warm, wholesome foods tell your nervous system, you're safe. You can relax now. That's the cue your brain needs to transition from a stressed, alert state into a restful, healing one, the very state where memories are stored and mental clarity is restored. So pause and reflect. When was the last time you gave your mind a soft landing at the end of the day? Many of us rush through dinner or skip it altogether, thinking it saves time or helps with weight. But at this stage of life, your body needs steady routines and gentle reassurance. A warm bedtime snack isn't just food, it's a message of care. It's a way to tell your brain, you're not alone, you're supported. Tonight, choose one of these comforting options. Find a quiet corner. Take a slow, calming breath, and savor every bite, not just with your mouth, but with your whole being. Because when you nourish your brain, you protect your memory, your energy, and your sense of peace. A well-fed mind is a sharp mind, and that's a gift that will serve you well every single day. And now that you understand the value of a light, warming snack before bedtime, let's explore the second part of this evening ritual, creating an environment that helps your brain truly unwind. Because food is just one piece. Your surroundings, your habits, and the signals you send your mind matter just as much. Picture this. You've spent the whole day taking care of others' family calls, housework, the many roles you play as a grandparent, neighbor, or friend. But now the day is done. It's your turn. It's time to gently let your mind know, we can rest now. The first step? Set aside your phone and turn off the television at least 30 minutes before you plan to sleep. The screens we so often turn to, phones, TVs, tablets, emit a blue light that sends the wrong message to your brain. That light tells your mind it's still daytime, interrupting the natural production of melatonin, the hormone that gently guides you into restful sleep. Dr. Harold Yamamoto, our trusted doctor who continues to offer his wisdom beyond age 100, often reminds his patients, the brain needs the dark to feel safe enough to begin its healing work. So once those screens are off, take a moment to consider the lighting around you. A soft amber lamp or the flicker of a small candle can completely change the energy of a room. Harsh ceiling lights tell your body to stay alert, while gentle, warm light signals to your brain that all is well, you can let go now. If you feel comfortable, crack the window open just a bit. That gentle breeze, even if faint, tells your nervous system that the world is calm. It's a quiet reassurance, a natural signal that everything is okay. Rather than getting lost in endless scrolling or late-night headlines, try reaching for a real book, yes, the kind with pages. Choose something that feels light and uplifting. A few pages of poetry, a short chapter from an inspiring story, or even a simple essay that brings you comfort. The feeling of holding a book in your hands, letting your eyes relax on paper instead of a screen, is a deeply grounding experience that can ease you into the night with peace. And don't forget to breathe. One of the most powerful things you can do before bed is to reconnect with your breath. Try this. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, then exhale even more gently through your mouth for 6. Do this for just 5 minutes. It's a small practice with a big effect. It activates your body's rest and digest system, lowering cortisol and gently slowing your heart rate. Your brain receives the message. It's okay now, you can rest. Instead of falling into bed drained from the day, take these few mindful minutes to honor yourself. Dim the lights, read something kind, breathe with intention. These simple gestures carry a profound message to your mind. You're safe, you're home, and you're allowed to heal. Because sleep isn't just a routine, it's a gift. And when you offer your brain stillness, darkness, and softness, you're not only supporting your memory but also tending to your inner peace. So tonight, create a ritual that feels good to you, one that respects the life you've lived and the rest you've earned. Now, let's talk about one more practice: gentle, effortless, and surprisingly transformative. It can change not just how you sleep, but how you wake up, taking a few quiet moments before bed to write down 3 things you're grateful for. You might be thinking, gratitude? Isn't that just for holidays or greeting cards? But the science behind it tells a very different story. Gratitude is more than just a nice thought. It's a quiet signal to your brain that you are safe, that you are cared for, and that life, even in its small moments, holds meaning. And once your brain receives that message, it begins to relax. It lowers its defenses and enters the kind of deep, nourishing sleep your body and mind need most. And Dr. Harold Yamamoto, our wise elder from Japan who continues to share his wisdom well beyond the century mark, often tells his patients, the mind is like a garden. If you water it with gratitude before sleep, you'll wake up to flowers instead of weeds. It's a beautiful truth. Because when we take time to notice the light, no matter how small, it softens us. It makes space for rest. So, think back on today. Maybe it was the sound of your grandson's laughter over the phone. or the warmth of the afternoon sun on your face during a quiet walk. Or perhaps it was something as simple as slipping on a cozy pair of socks on a chilly evening. These small joys matter more than we often realize. In fact, a study from UC Davis found that older adults who jotted down just 3 things they felt grateful for each night not only fell asleep faster, but slept more soundly and woke feeling more refreshed. Their blood pressure improved, and their immune systems became more resilient. That's not just feel-good sentiment, it's science-backed care. And here's the best part. You don't need anything fancy. Just a small notebook kept on your nightstand, something that fits easily in your hand. Keep a pen nearby. Then, before turning off the light, sit quietly on the edge of your bed. Breathe in slowly, gently. Reflect on your day, what warmed your heart? Who made you feel seen or appreciated? Even during the hardest days, there's always something. A kind word from a neighbor, the sound of birdsong in the morning, or simply the fact that you made it through with grace and strength. Write them down, one by one. Tonight I'm thankful for my hot cup of coffee, a call from my daughter, and the golden light of the sunset over the porch. It doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to be yours. As you write, you might feel your shoulders drop, your breath may slow, your thoughts might quiet. Gratitude is like a soft, familiar quilt. It wraps around your spirit and whispers, "You're okay. You can let go now." This practice isn't about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about noticing the goodness that's still present, especially when life feels uncertain. Because every time you pause to give thanks, you're gently reminding your brain that there is still beauty, still peace, even in the quiet corners of the day. So tonight, pick up that notebook. Write down 3 things you're thankful for. Let your heart soften, even just a little. Because in that simple moment, you're not just writing on paper, you're planting seeds of calm. And while you sleep, they'll bloom into something beautiful. When morning comes, they'll be there waiting to greet you like old friends at the start of a brand new day. Now, before you settle in with your warm evening snack, there's one more practice that can help your mind transition into rest. Gentle movement. In just 5 minutes, your body can shift out of its alert, stress state and begin to settle into the peaceful rhythm it needs to rest, heal, and store memories. Dr. Harold Yamamoto, our wise friend from Japan who continues to share timeless insights well into his centenarian years, often encourages his patients to begin with simple stretches. Try rolling your neck gently from side to side to release any tension that's built up. Then ease into slow shoulder circles, forward and back, letting go of the weight you've been carrying all day. Follow with a soft forward fold. At your arms hang. Let your back relax. Feel everything soften. When you're done, sit comfortably and connect with your breath. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, and slowly out through your mouth for 6. As your belly rises and falls, notice how your mind begins to quiet. That breath becomes your bridge from a busy day to a peaceful night. Doing this before your evening snack is like setting the table before a nourishing meal. It makes everything feel more intentional, more comforting. And these movements do more than help you relax. They boost circulation, help balance your hormones, and activate the calming part of your nervous system that tells your body, "You're safe. You can rest now." So tonight, before you sip that calming tea or enjoy your warm soup, take a few quiet minutes to honor your body with these gentle stretches. You're not just moving, you're sending a loving message to your brain. I'm ready to rest. I'm ready to restore. And that simple, thoughtful act can lead to the kind of deep, healing sleep that your mind truly needs. Let's hold on to one simple truth tonight. Our brains don't fade simply because we grow older. They fade when we stop tending to them with care. Your mind is still strong, still capable, it just needs the right kind of support to stay vibrant. So why not start tonight? Create a gentle ritual. Move slowly. Breathe deeply. Let go of what you no longer need. Enjoy a warm, light snack that says to your brain, "You're safe now." Turn off the screens, open a book that brings you comfort, and write down 3 small things that made you grateful today. These little habits might seem small on their own, but together, they form a pathway to clearer thinking, better sleep, and a softer heart. Every act of care builds resilience. Just like Dr. Yamamoto has taught us, kindness, consistency, and calm can keep your mind strong for years to come. So, what do you think? Are you ready to begin this gentle journey? Have you tried one of these bedtime habits already? I'd truly love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might be the very thing that helps someone else take their first step toward clarity and peace. And if this video brought you comfort, please give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel for more thoughtful support made just for you. Tap the bell so you never miss a gentle reminder to care for your mind and spirit. Tonight, let's give our beautiful brains the love and rest they've earned.